like that look on his face, incredibly serious. I mean, even though this is jiu-jitsu, wrestling, it's probably going to be something they have wrestling.
A reminder too that being grounded just means that one of your knees is on the mat, and then you start striking, right? So you drop to one knee. It's a beautiful foot sweep there as well for a second. So very, very high level stand-up. You often tell there's high level stand-up when there's a mix between the upper and lower body attacks instead of just being very bullseye. That's why very like unilateral. So if your foot sweep arm drags to your chops, to your front headlocks, back to your throws. I mean, that is really exciting to watch.
It's also just the strength and the ease in which they are able to move. Just their side to side. Ooh, here. Mateo taking a short break, but like a robot coming straight back to the middle. And listen, the audience kind of feeling the first effects of getting that front row taste. Again, this is all an intel gathering mission in these seconds of the match. You can see them, see if they can get the takedown, and man, he touches the leg with such great defense there by Mateo.
Yeah, Mateo's distance management is really impressive because there's a couple times now Jared's gotten in pretty deep, but look at that throw by from Mateo as well. You can tell Mateo is a big fan of upper body positioning, and that can really be an advantage when you have someone who shoots in lightning fast like Jared, because you can use the reaction to the person's shot to either throw them by or arm drag, or how redirect their movement over the back.
I think that means you're going to get to a get down because there was no takedown made. So this is going to be interesting. You're going to see somebody play from the bottom and somebody play from the top, and that means you can now start slapping from this position. So do we stay here or do we stand back up? That's the intriguing question.
Might depend on who you ask.
Well, I think we have our answer right now as they immediately get back up. That's an interesting case.
Yeah.
Full guard.
You know what it looked like though? I think he was pulling in to wrestle up. I don't think he was pulling to stay.
Good call.
And you see that a lot with these great wrestlers. If they're not getting their way with the takedown, they will pull straight into a position that allows them to shoot up and come right on top because it still gets them to the top position. So not uncommon. Oh, we just pushed him right off and come back.
Phoebe not afraid. Props to her. I would have shot up and darted up. The only reason why that knee on the ground is interesting is look at the signpost is jiu-jitsu, sure. The wrestling, but a combat jiu-jitsu with a knee in the struck. Interesting that. So now that we're back here.
Central scissor takedown there from Mateo.
Sneak in there. I mean, listen, at this point you recognize you're going to have to do something.
Yeah, once one knee is down, you're going to get hit in the face.
You gotta love when people pay attention to the rules.
You gotta be careful with that timing though, right? They pop up and then you're striking, you're gonna be in trouble. I love that we're seeing Mateo really change up his change of attack. So he's trying different stuff, he's getting creative. And I think that that's a hard person to meet because you don't really know where they're gonna go next. You're not tracking their patterns. A lot of times you see high-level athletes repeat the same patterns over and over throughout a match. And there's nothing wrong with that because one will get faster as they go on, and then one will kind of win that chess-like battle. But when you do have someone that's capable of throwing the kitchen sink at you, so to speak, then it can be really difficult to track and predict, and it can be scary. So now they're the opposite of the get-down rule, right? Now Mateo's on top, Jared on bottom. Before, Mateo stood right up, so we'll see if Jared tries to keep his body locked to take him down. And he does, and he's on top here. But look at that big butterfly and extension with the feet on the bottom for Mateo. Very clear that he was trying to stand up by creating extension space with the legs, but he didn't get quite up yet.
And I'll be honest, that's probably one of the better implementations of the get-down rule I've seen where, you know, some people think that you can use it for slaps, and sure, there is that. But you can still utilize it for your takedown if you have that opportunity. Ooh, the timing on knowing when that knee touches that ground. I feel like this is also a reflex test that you do in the doctor's office. So this is a good way to tell if you've got a solid recognition of that knee hitting that ground. I mean, even some of these club and digs are borderline strikes. Nice.
Yeah, great hand fighting and movement here from these guys.
Yes.
Neither of them really stays in a vulnerable position for very long. And so that's why we're seeing a lot of the takedowns are coming off of explosive movements, because they're not really in like settled underhooks or settled 2-on-1s. You know, they're coming off of level changes and exchanges.
That's a fantastic observation. I was just noticing like the Z-like pattern that Jairod was hitting that most people don't even do. They move side to side, maybe sometimes back and forth, but every little bit helps, and I very much thought that was a great move there by him.
Jared's got a hold of that.
Yeah.
That foot there. That was a tough call because they called it mid-takedown, but obviously. No, but I think, you know, when a get-down rule is already about to be called in play, like they were already probably about to go for that, and then it was hard with the timing.
All right, the underhooks are here. We'll see if it is utilized to once again get a takedown. Or if, I mean, this is settling a little bit more into a traditional butterfly, trying to extend the hips. The hard part is the further you go back, the harder it is to get that momentum for a sweep sometimes.
This is a better position than we've seen Jairod James in until now, and Mateo kind of accepts the position and goes into slaps. But, oh, wow, I was going to say, but he gives up the mount, and he does not. He does not give up the mount. He does a really quick hip switch there in combo with an extension, comes out to his knees and his feet once again.
And it's interesting because part of you wonders if it's really tight and close as a decision, and if it goes to decision, those extra slaps, you wonder, do those play into a judge's mind a little bit later if it goes the extended 90 seconds that we have in overtime? Because it's very possible we go to overtime in this match. Ooh. I mean, the speed on this is incredible. Nope, not my camera. Nope. Gentlemen, not this. Just little nerve-wracking here, everybody.
Almost took out the camera and almost took out Raf's heart in the process, but he did save it, and we're back in action.
We are okay. We shall prevail. I mean, the nice part is they've been up and at this for a minute, and they're still relatively loose. So that bodes well for how, wow. What a way to greet someone when they have pulled guard.
It's got to be a confidence booster when someone sits and you hit them in the face and they pop back up because they don't want to get hit again. That was a beautiful attempt at an ankle pick.
Great attempt.
A really well-timed movement by Mateo to remain standing
as well. And just off by a fraction, it looked like. I mean, they are just maybe losing a little bit more balance that they didn't necessarily have right at the top of the match. But there's a good attempt.
Wow, that's a deep double leg.
Nope. Love both these guys. Protect the camera. Most important. Listen, not cool. Not cool. We're good. We're good. The angle's off a little bit, but, you know, we'll prevail.
We look great.
We look great.
So.
Back to the action on the mats. And, you know, now I think they're looking at each other like, are we allowed to hit from
What did we just
from
miss? What's wrong with what just happened?
Quite sure.
Or Jared looks like upset as far as like a slap happened at a time it shouldn't have, but we don't have a live replay, so we can't see exactly when it took place. Ten-second mark here. About to wind down. Really likely they're about to move into overtime. Again, we have a 90-second overtime that they'll move into that has no submissions. So it's very striking based.
All right, we are now into overtime where we'll remind you guys we are looking for aggression through strikes. And if it comes down to it and we make it all the way through for a judge's decision, they will so deem it. Oh, they are about to go through the commission itself.
Man, Jared's ability to time the shot there, he smelled the posture up of Mateo and was lightning fast sprinting through. I mean, gosh, that was incredibly timed. But they did go right off the mat, so they'll come right back into the standing position, of course.
All right, they're trying to rally them back on over this way. So they're talking to both gentlemen. They're trying to figure out where exactly we're going to position them. But, you know, it's one of those matches where, yeah, I don't know. I don't know exactly how they're resetting them exactly to their specifications. But that is a butterfly here. And we'll see how it takes place. Double underhooks here by Jairod. Mateo looking again to try and keep it standing up and to get just a slight edge. Again, this is going to come down to strikes. Submissions do not matter in this overtime round, but they are getting aggressive and they're not stopping. I mean, they're within their rights to, because in this match, the referee must clearly stop them, and they're trying to get the crowd hyped up. But this is definitely a game of inches in this particular match between these gentlemen. We talked a little bit about throw-bys here, but this is getting increasingly a little bit more intense as there is a lot more riding on it. And I believe I heard a whistle over on this side.
We're the shot clock here, so we're back in the center. Back on the shot clock, we're seeing Mateo here take top position one more time. And of course, Jairod on bottom with that body lock. We're right up to his feet looking for some big upper body takedowns. Let's see if he can get Mateo to the ground, and he does. And now he's coming out to the back clinch. May see some strikes here from the top in the final 10 seconds of this match. He's raining down these palm strikes.
That might be enough to maybe get that little bit of an edge, because that was a pretty violent way to go.
I could see that.
Has made the decision. He is your winner, Jairod James.
Wow, Jairod James there, and I do think that the last 10 seconds of strikes really did come into play.